Welcome to Inner Mind Spark, your channel to unlock the power of your mind using psychology. Today, we're diving into a hidden force behind many of your daily choices. Hormones? You may think you're fully in control of your decisions, but science shows that your body's chemistry, especially your hormones, can subtly and powerfully influence what you buy, how you feel, and how you treat others. Let's explore how this works and how you can take back control. What are hormones? Hormones are chemical messengers made by glands, like your adrenal glands and hypothalamus. They travel through your bloodstream and affect your mood, thoughts, and behaviors often without you noticing. Of the many hormones in your body, 3 stand out when it comes to decision making: cortisol, dopamine, and testosterone. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Dopamine is tied to pleasure and reward. Testosterone is connected to competitiveness and status. Each one plays a role in how you make decisions, whether you realize it or not. Cortisol, the stress hormone. Let's start with cortisol. When you're stressed, whether you're in traffic, arguing, or under pressure at work, your adrenal glands release cortisol. This hormone gets your body ready for a challenge. Your heart races, your senses sharpen, and you prepare to fight or flee. While this response is helpful in emergencies, too much cortisol over time can backfire. It can make you feel anxious, overwhelmed, and impair clear thinking. A 2017 study from the University of Nebraska found that people with high cortisol levels often misread facial expressions, interpreting a surprised face as angry. That's how stress can distort your social perception. Another study in 2019 showed that cortisol influenced generosity in economic games. Men became more generous, but women responded differently, showing that cortisol doesn't affect everyone the same way. In high-stakes jobs, like trading or emergency services, chronic cortisol can lead to either overcautiousness or burnout. A 2008 study by John Coetz, who studied London stock traders, found that higher cortisol levels correlated with more conservative financial decisions during market volatility. Dopamine, the reward hormone. Next, let's talk about dopamine, the reward and pleasure hormone. Whenever you do something enjoyable, like eat sweets, scroll social media, or shop, dopamine is released. It makes you feel good and teaches your brain to seek out that pleasure again. This is helpful for motivation, but it can also lead to impulsive behavior. A 2023 article from Pathmount titled "From Dopamine to Dollars" explains how dopamine fuels compulsive shopping. That thrill from buying something on sale, even if you don't need it, is your brain chasing a dopamine hit. This isn't just limited to shopping. Social media notifications, likes, and comments also trigger small dopamine releases, creating habit loops that can turn into addictive behaviors. Healthline calls this dopamine addiction, where your brain keeps chasing short-term rewards, often at the cost of your long-term well-being. Testosterone, the status hormone. Now let's explore testosterone, often called the status hormone. While it's higher in men, it's present in all people. Testosterone is linked to competition, ambition, and social dominance. It can boost confidence and drive, which can be positive, but it can also lead to aggressive or status-seeking behavior. A 2018 study reported in Neuroscience News found that men given extra testosterone were more likely to prefer luxury brands. They weren't choosing based on value, but rather on status, similar to how animals display dominance with flashy features. In competitive settings, high testosterone levels can lead to bold decisions like outbidding others or taking risks to show power. This aligns with John Coet's study on traders. Higher testosterone in the morning predicted greater financial gains that day, likely due to higher risk-taking behavior. Real-life examples. Let's make this more relatable with some real-life examples. Imagine a manager walking into a tense meeting. Their cortisol is already high. A colleague looks surprised, but the manager interprets it as disapproval and reacts defensively. That single misread expression could lead to conflict, all triggered by stress hormones. Or consider someone browsing online. They see a 50% off deal and buy shoes they didn't plan to get. That's dopamine, driving an impulsive purchase. Now think of someone test driving a flashy sports car. They already have a reliable car, but something about the status symbol pulls them in. That urge to impress, even at a financial cost, could be testosterone talking. These are common situations where our choices feel personal but are partly biological. How to regain control. The good news is, you're not at the mercy of your hormones. You can manage their influence with smart, science-backed strategies. To manage cortisol, focus on stress reduction. Practicing mindfulness for just 5 minutes a day has been shown to lower cortisol levels. Regular exercise, like walking or swimming, reduces stress hormones and boosts mood. Sleep is another key factor. Aim for 7 to 9 hours per night. A balanced diet that avoids excess caffeine and sugar also helps regulate cortisol. Finally, don't underestimate the power of emotional support. Talking to friends or a counselor can help your body release less cortisol during stressful moments. To handle dopamine and avoid impulsive decisions, use structure and awareness. Start with a shopping list and stick to it. Set a budget. Research shows the average person spends around $280 a month on impulse buys. Wait 24 hours before making non-essential purchases. This delay often weakens the urge. Track your spending to see where your money actually goes. Avoid known triggers, like shopping apps or browsing online when you're bored. Try using cash instead of credit cards. Physical spending feels more real, and you'll be more mindful. Set financial goals, like saving for travel or education, to give your brain long-term rewards. And practice mindfulness. Notice how you feel before buying. Are you stressed, tired, lonely? Recognizing your emotional state helps you pause before acting. For testosterone-driven behaviors, awareness is again your best tool. Channel your competitive energy into growth, like improving your skills, fitness, or career. Practice gratitude to reduce the urge to show off. Before big purchases or bold actions, ask yourself, am I doing this for myself? To impress someone? Testosterone can be empowering, but only if you're in charge of the choices it influences. Self-awareness for freedom. Ultimately, what gives you freedom from hormonal control is self. Try journaling to track how your moods, decisions, and reactions change over time. You might notice patterns like making poor decisions when sleep-deprived or becoming more impulsive on stressful days. By observing these trends, you start to make conscious, values-based decisions instead of automatic reactions. A 2018 article in Psychology Today said, "Hormones influence, but they don't determine your behavior." That's empowering and true. To sum up, cortisol can impair thinking during stress, dopamine fuels instant gratification and impulse buying, and testosterone can push us towards status-driven behavior. These effects are backed by research from financial trading floors to online shopping habits. But with mindfulness, exercise, budgeting, journaling, and reflection, you can shift from reaction to intention. That's how you reclaim your decision-making power. Conclusion. Thanks for tuning in to Inner Mind Spark. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more psychology-based insights to grow your mind and improve your life. Share this video with someone curious about the science behind our everyday choices. Stay grounded, stay aware, and keep sparking your inner mind.